Hey everybody, this is Chuck DeWolfe back with artmastermind.com. We're taking a little trip around Brattleboro, Vermont, one of the art towns in the United States. It's a beautiful day here, like 75 and sweet, and it's a pretty casual day. It's not a weekend, but people are still tromping around, as you can see, shopping and grabbing a cup of coffee and doing their thing. Brattleboro, Vermont is nestled in the Connecticut River Valley, right on the Connecticut, and it's a beautiful spot. We're going to go into Vermont Artisan's Designs. Now, the last gallery we saw combined both what might be deemed craftwork and fine artwork. What Vermont Artisans does is it diversifies itself with what is often deemed artwork, craftwork, on the lower level, and then goes upstairs and has separate galleries for what might be deemed as fine art. So let's check that out. Hey. So as I said, Vermont Artisans has space downstairs many times for ceramics and jewelry and other bits and pieces of really articulate, what might be deemed as craft work. And it's beautifully displayed, and they do an amazing job because they rearrange the space on a weekly basis, and it always looks really alive in here. We're going to go upstairs and check out what might be deemed as fine art work and see how they do that upstairs. Let's go. So like I said, I'm going to take my shades off so I can see. Like I said, the spaces are split up, and I believe there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10 or 15 galleries, smaller galleries within this larger gallery. It has a lot of what we might deem as fine art, basically. Landscapes, some very talented regional painters, as well as some national painters as well. And it's interesting, the conversation between whether it's fine art or whether it's craft. It's all, people have been bumping their heads on the wall about that for a long time. It's your work, so you call it what you want, and that's what it is. The rest of us can talk about it, but you define what your work is, not us. I was looking for a particular man's work. Here's some photography. Now, what I'm seeing for prices up here is anywhere from like $300 or $400 to like $3,000 or $4,000. There's a Robert Watkins. Priced out at $4,400. It's a pretty good price for Brattleboro, Vermont. These are some sweet minimalists. What I would call them like minimal drawings, paintings, actually photographs. Howdy, folks. This is the fellow north of here, only lives like half an hour north of here, a man named Charlie Hunter. And he really is able to grab it's almost, he's painting contemporary spaces in a historical way, looking at almost like if they were old photographs, and it really gets a sense of some of the region's history. I like his work a lot. So this is Chuck DeWolfe with ArtMastermind.com. We're gonna keep bebopping in Brattleboro. We're gonna check out the Brattleboro Museum. We're gonna check out the Photography Center and really attempt to undertake where the Brattleboro's consistent art scene is. And just for the pimp, on this walk, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be pimping up this book. I'm gonna stick it next to my face. It's by John Villani, and it's the 100 Best Art Towns in America. See that? The 100 Best Art Towns in America. It's a great book. Brattleboro has mentioned it, and along with 100 other towns. And again, art towns in the U.S., they're great escapes for artists that live in the urban scene, in this country and abroad, a place to go for the summer, a place to go for a year. Sometimes there's residency programs and alternative programs of your own that you can create. Many people choose to live here and then move to the city. Us who live in smaller art towns, it's incredibly important to get our butts out of our smaller art towns. A lot of times an art town, the container of an art town, if you're a regional artist, can be a bit of a trap. So if you live in a small art town, it's really important for you to reach out and have shows outside the town. You know, you get a feeling of being an art star. You can't do it in your own town. All I mean by art star is that, you know, you go and you soak up energy and people get excited about you. Your neighbors might love you and think you're a great guy, but they're not going to get excited about you or your work because they live with it all the time. But you go to other places and you take you're brave and you reach out and extend out from your regional community into the world, and you get a lot of energy from that because it's exciting, it's a little scary, but it's incredibly important, especially if you live outside an urban setting where things aren't necessarily happening around you as fast as they are for the rest of the world. This is Chuck DeWolfe from ArtMastermind.com. I'll see you in the next vid. Peace.